Hey ladies, it's Kristen Burgess from naturalbirthandbabycare.com, and I am here to talk to you about 3 things that pregnant moms figure out too late in labor. They're the 3 I's, and the first is induction. Most moms do not realize that induction is a very slippery slope, and if you need to be induced just because the baby is overdue or whatever, many reasons for induction involve convenience, or they involve reasons that are questionable, and you cannot go back and undo it. A lot of moms end up with an unnecessary cesarean because they and their babies were not ready for labor and birth. 40 weeks is just a number. And when you hit 40 weeks, it doesn't mean it's time for your baby to come. My first baby was 10 days late, and I felt a lot of external pressure, but thankfully my midwife encouraged me to take care of myself, to eat well, to go on walks, to enjoy these last few days, and to alternate rest with activity and know that my baby would come. And indeed, she did come. And then again, my 8th baby back there, he came 7 days late. Babies come in their own time. Babies come when they are ready, and almost all babies will come without the need for induction. Induction completely changes the hormonal and chemical pathways of birth, and that's a huge part of it. Birth is not just a mechanical thing where a baby's just kind of dumping out of a chute. Birth is a beautiful process that involves a huge symphony, and when you interrupt that symphony or short circuit it, which is actually what induction does, it really changes things, including taking away the natural pain relief that you get from natural oxytocin during your labor and birth. So if at all possible, ask your doctor or midwife what happens if we wait, and then go home, rest, enjoy these last few days, walk, and wait if at all possible, and let your baby come when he or she is ready. The next thing that you need to think about is internal monitors. A lot of moms don't realize that an internal monitor can really mess up or even completely derail a natural birth. First, if you don't know, an internal monitor is actually a screw that literally goes into your baby's scalp. As you can imagine, that probably doesn't feel good, and yes, unborn babies do feel pain. It also requires breaking your waters if your waters are not broken, and as you might imagine, that increases the risk of an infection. So by putting the internal monitor in to monitor your baby's well-being, they are literally increasing the chances of infection to your baby. In addition, you have to sit down, so you're unable to be mobile at all, which can, again, cause problems for babies who don't like moms being in that position, and also causes trouble for you. It makes it much harder to deal with the pain of labor when you're stuck on your back. And if your baby does need to move, because again, your baby's not just coming down a chute, your baby is an active participant in birth, and he or she needs to rotate. So they need to come down. They need to move. And sometimes, even when things feel hung up, moving and changing positions can make a big difference. I experienced that with my first baby where she just was not coming down. And my midwife was able to get me to change positions, and she literally flew out at that point. So it does happen. The third thing is ice chips. A lot of women do not realize that having ice chips and only ice chips during labor may not be the best of ideas. Now, if you have a super quick labor, you may not need anything. This fella back here, despite the fact that he was huge, came very fast, and I didn't have time to think about anything to eat. But in many of my earlier labors, when things were going on for a while, I needed energy, and ice chips are not energy, nor does an IV serve that purpose at all, really. What you may need is some real energy, and one of my teachers told me that it's better to walk down the hall to the vending machine and buy a mom a soda than leave her there with no energy. If you've been at it for a long time and you're starting to feel worn out, some sugar might do you some good. And especially if you've had a longer phase of opening for your baby and it's time now to push, you may need a little bit more energy. So that is something that a lot of moms realize too late, is if I had just gotten a boost, I might have had the energy to keep going. If I had just closed my eyes and rested a bit and then had a bite to eat, I may have had the energy to keep going. So these are things that you don't want to know too late. You want to know them now. And unfortunately, a lot of women are never told, or these things are sugar-coated and made to seem to be less than they really are. But the truth is, especially with induction and the internal monitor, it changes things, and you cannot go back and put things the way that they would have gone naturally if you get those interventions. So think about them now so that you're aware as you go into things. If you'd like a little bit more information, if you enjoyed this video, head over to trustbirth101.com. That's trustbirth101.com. You'll get my Smart Mama's Guide to Labor Pain, which will teach you how to handle labor pain naturally, and it also covers some things to help keep your labor moving smooth and easy so you have the natural birth that you want. And you'll also get my newsletter list so we can stay in touch, and you'll get notified about new videos just like this one. With that, take care.